Louisville linebacker Jonathan Greenard. Thank you for taking time to talk to us.
Thank you for having me.
So much, so much to start with. And I guess what I want to actually begin our conversation is get your feedback. I mean, I think one of the topics we've talked is your former teammate, Lamar Jackson, going to the NFL. And we are of the opinion that we'd like to see him play. Do you think that he's got a lot of doubters in the NFL? Do you think that he's going to prove people wrong at the next level?
Most definitely. Like me and Jalen Smith were talking earlier, and we were just kind of comparing it to as if he were coming out of high school going into the college level. They had a lot of doubters that thought that, he wouldn't be able to make the passes, the right progressions, reads, and stuff like that. And, he excelled and ended up winning the Heisman. So I feel like it'll be the same situation going into the NFL. How it'll be a lot more challenging, however, but I feel like he's up for the task, and nothing will change.
Because Joe Flacco's kind of a scrub, right?
No, I wouldn't say Joe Flacco's a scrub at all by any means. Joe Flacco has done really good for that program and that organization. So, if Lamar gets opportunity and know that he definitely has to work to get his position.
Now, one of the things last year that happened is a lot of these teams started to introduce these gimmicks, especially defenses. Miami had the chain.
Right.
Tennessee had that stupid trash can. Are y'all going to try to do anything? Do you want to do anything, or you kind of look at those things and laugh a little bit?
Last year we had something similar. We had called Fill the Barrel, which is basically you fill the barrel up with the balls of turnovers.
Okay.
So whenever you get a football, you put in, whether it's in practice or a game, you put the ball in the thing, you get rewarded, stuff like that. But I don't think we have anything as far as like that out there like that. Like they have it, with the chain and the trash can, stuff like that. I don't think we have like on the sideline to make it a big scene and nothing like that. But if it happens, it happens. I'm definitely up for it.
When you see those guys throw that chain on, though, like, do you just want them to go and yank that thing off of them?
No, actually, I think it's pretty cool. It's like it gets the whole team hype. To see how everybody comes in, greets them with joy and such happiness, and it's like the whole feeling of you making a great play and with your team behind you. It's a good feeling.
You're quite an impressive pass rusher. Talk to me about that, because some guys, and I'm not trying to say it's not like a myopic situation. You just I want that quarterback sack, but when when it's that's the plan for you to put pressure on the quarterback. Does that get your engine going, so to speak?
Yeah, the thing is, most people when you say like pass rush, they think you just got to be such aggressive, which you have to be at certain points. But most people kind of get it confused is when you get that built up, energy and anger in you kind of forget your technique and how to actually beat somebody. Instead, you can't at this level. You're not going to just some people you can run right through people. But when you don't have those abilities and that size to do that, you have to, kind of use your technique, and you kind of got to hone it down. Settle down just a little bit and focus in on your technique and your craft to beat them.
Now, I don't have a problem with the University of Louisville as a whole, but I do want to say that one thing that drives me absolutely crazy is your mascot, because I don't know if you've ever seen a cardinal out in the wild, but a cardinal does not have teeth. But y'all's mascot has teeth. Why in the world does the cardinal have teeth?
Man, I honestly been asking that question since I got to the University of Louisville. However, it still hasn't got an answer, but it's just one of those things you just have to add on just to make it look more realistic, I guess. It's more of a human form. But that's a good question. That's a really very good question.
Because if I ever get bit by a cardinal, I'm going to be mad.
By some TV, I'll be mad too. I'll be very angry. I don't even like birds like that.
What are the team obviously there's some generics, right? You guys want to win the division, but talk about this upcoming season, some plans, some expectations you put on yourself.
Well, I think we're going to shock a lot of people. A lot of people think, we having 2 first-rounders go and leave us, 2 key players as well. You think the season's going to go downhill, which they have a right to think and believe. However, we know we know the challenge that we possess, and the coaches believe in us, and we believe in the coaches. And we have some young guys at different positions ready to work, and this whole environment of the team is just different from how it is in the past. And I feel like if we keep this mentality throughout the entire year, we'll be a very successful team.
Now, I know one of the things you guys were probably massively prepped on coming in today was getting Papa John's questions. I don't want to ask you any Papa John's questions. What I do want to ask you, though, isn't Papa John's like bad pizza? Like you're not ordering from Papa John's if you're going to get takeout pizza, right? You're going to Pizza Hut. You're getting some New York style, some local pizza.
my dad was very big on Papa John's. Like he
loved
Papa John's.
He's got bad taste in pizza.
That's the thing. Like he used to get it for us all the time, and I have no problem with it. I eat anything. If it's free, I'm going to eat it. So, but I do want to say I definitely love pizza no matter where it's from. However, my first choice would not be there. I'll just say that.
So is it okay to put pineapple on a pizza?
No, absolutely not.
Good answer.
Absolutely not. I don't get that. I've never understood that. But I mean, hey, some people got different taste buds, but not in mine.
to keep it on that, at least from the pizza stand, what about like dessert pizzas? When people try to make chocolate chip cookies
I see what they do there. It's actually good. It's a good idea. However, it's just like you're doing too much at this point. Just give me a cookie and call it a day, or give me a brownie and call it a day. Like you got to go to the extreme to do that. I mean, it's good. I mean, I make money, but yeah, I'm not spending my money on that.
What's Coach Petrino like?
Coach Petrino is a businessman. He understands football. I mean, that's the thing about it. He has a respect for the game. He goes by the right way. Teaches everything he knows about the game. Anything he says, I mean, I'm listening to it right off because I know it's going to help me to get better. As far as like, you know, he's gonna chew you out. He's a tough coach. I mean, just like any other coach in there is, he's gonna get in you. So the thing about it, he sees it. He sees the good in you and understands that what he has to do to bring the best out of you. So whether it's pushing buttons a couple of times or, you know, make you do a rep over and over again or saying certain things, I'm all here for it.
Do you ever laugh at him when his face gets as red as y'all's jerseys?
You're not laughing.
You're not laughing at him.
You're not gonna laugh.
No,
it's like one of those like you want to laugh, but it's like no, it's not the time to laugh at all.
Would you ever get on a motorcycle with Bobby Petrino?
Would I? If you asked me to, I probably would.
That's not a smart. That's not a smart choice.
Look, I'm gonna say he has my best interest at heart. I'm just say
yes.
There you go. Good answer.
All right. Where do you? Because there's no in between. You either fall on the I love LeBron James or I don't like LeBron James.
I love LeBron James. Yeah.
So are you now a Laker fan?
I am a LeBron fan. I tried. Look, when he went to Miami, I had to do a lot of arguing and stuff saying. But the thing is, I like him and D-Wade when they both came out. So that's when I was like, okay, these are my two teams. I'm gonna stick with that. So I can vouch for him and say I always like LeBron and I always like D-Wade at Miami, but I don't have anybody to say because I always hated the Lakers growing up. So now that he's on the team that I hated the most, I'll just have to cheer, but I'm not going to wear a jersey.
Now, so if you could go back to game one of the finals this year, what would you say to J.R. Smith after the game?
Yo, shoot it.
Do something, right?
Do something. Listen, that was probably one of the most heartbreaking feelings. Even though it was game one, that was probably nearly as heartbreaking as when the Falcons lost Super Bowl.
We say it all the time in football that, you know, this play led to that. If JR doesn't make that play, and is it a different series?
It is a huge series. It's a huge changing point in the series. If they win that game, then they won't have to be in such an attack mode the entire time. I mean, they still have to be in attack mode, but when you have a one game up against somebody, now they have to come to you. They're gonna be doing stuff that's kind of like not out of the norm, and that just makes the game easier for the defense. So
going into this year with Louisville, you've obviously got expectations to get to the NFL draft, move to the next level. So I'm not gonna say you have to pick where you're gonna go, but who's your team? Who did you grow up watching?
I'm a born and raised Atlanta Falcons fan.
Falcons,
yeah,
nice. You would fit that defense perfectly. The speedy linebacker.
Love the Falcons. But I mean, hey, in the other 31 teams, I'm still open to. So just don't take that as any wrong way.
So are you bothered that you might not be playing with Julio Jones if you end up on the Falcons next year?
I don't even look. You just put me on the team, and I'm gonna make something happen.
There you go.
That's why I just need an opportunity. That's all.
I know everybody's goal is to try to make it to the NFL, but we got these 2 additional football leagues coming up.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about that for the opportunity? Because I always talk about how the opportunities that every level it gets a little tougher to get to that next.
Right.
It's got to be a great thing for football players all around.
It definitely is because some guys. I mean, the NFL is like I said, it's only a certain amount of people make it, and it's a short percentage. So you're turning down dreams of guys who've been working for it all their life. So to give them another opportunity to keep doing what they love and their passion for, it's a great thing, and you never can go wrong with that.
Now, we're still sitting here in the middle of the summer. There's no sports on. I mean, we had to watch the ESPYs last night.
Yes.
It's boring. Nothing to watch. So, Netflix suggestions. What's at the top of your Netflix queue right now?
Oh, man. Well, I watch a lot of Oh, I watch Power, which is on
Power.
I watch
I've heard
Power
good
on
things.
Star. So that's I kind of I have a Netflix account, but I have a Fire Stick, so I can watch the Power and still on there every time. But Netflix, as weird as it sounds, I like a lot of like. Not female shows, I would say.
You watch Scandal?
You
watch This Is Us? You watch stuff like that?
Like Orange is New Black.
Okay.
Those type of the Netflix original series, stuff like that. So I'm more into that stuff, but I have to turn it on when I like have nothing else to do. It's either I'm playing the game, out doing something, or just not. I hardly sit in my room like that most times.
Great to talk, man. We're looking forward to the season. I know you are too. Louisville linebacker Jonathan Greenard. Thanks so much. We need to take a break. Let's do it now.